effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
You're watching MBC.
Final episode of the program prior to the general elections on Monday, due on Monday. Today, we will basically go into every reason. In fact, we can't get into every reason, but the possible reasons why, we should maintain a government led by Philip Joseph Pierre, and why we should never ever embrace any kind of organization headed by Alan Michael Shastney. But before doing so, let me say good night to the Andres, good night Rufus, and good night all the others. Buki Xavier, good night to you. Sabi Gustav, good night. Cynthia Luben, good night. Becky Lee Alexander, Team RF, all of you, good night from Angel to Lydia. Lydia, you were fantastic last night. You were extremely good. I'm happy at your performance last night. I mean, I know you have a lot of courtroom theatrics, but on the political podium, on the platform, you executed extremely well. Miss Virgin Mocha, good night to you. Kevin Rodney, Nikki and all the others, Charmaine, Uris, Deborah, everybody. Prince, good night to you, my dear brother. Thanks for all your support. Tiba, good night to you, my brother, and thanks for your support. Tiba, I want to express my gratitude to your madam, your girlfriend, who was bold enough to have penned those very nice words that she's going to the polls tomorrow on Monday, God willing, and she's going to vote for somebody who has made a visible difference in the city of Castries. Jeremy, good night to you. Charmaine, Angel, Monday, Kendall, and everybody, Sayana, Margaret, everybody, Valdo, Mel, Nigel, all of you, good night, good night, good night. Of course, Princess, Sayana, and all the others, good night. Albert?
Good night, Richard. Yes.
Well,
boy, as you know, I mean, I wasn't here last week.
Yes.
Apparently, there's this terrible strain of the flu going around. And as I told you, it appears that these days, anything going around just jumps on me.
Yes.
You know? But it's good to be here, Richard. It's good to be here. We're looking forward to Monday.
Monday is D-Day.
Yes.
Monday is the time when, all those persons, those social media experts, those influencers, all those persons who believe they can inculcate in the minds of the electorate what they would like to, we will see whatever it read down to at the end of the day. But I do believe, as all statistics show, that at this point in time, days before an election, unless there is a catastrophic event on either side where somebody does something terribly wrong, persons know. Trevor over in Canada, good night to you. Persons have already decided where they are voting. The few persons who are still lingering may be insignificant to change the general outcome. Like I said, unless there is some event, catastrophic event on either side, the elections, call it, are already determined, and we will basically just go through the motions in ensuring that the results today would be what it is come Monday night.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Let me just shout out a few people, Richard, right quick. Val Fede, good night. Val Harris and Val. You know who Val is?
Val is your Val.
Hell yeah.
So why you have to accentuate the Val? Her name is not Val, her name is Val.
Okay.
So, but because it was preceded by another Val.
Yeah, Val Fede, then Val Harris, you know.
Val.
So Val, yes. Yvonne Gad, how you do, Pinky? Jennifer Hassan, Sherry Severin, Smith Joseph, Carla Jones, Thea Joseph, Brenda Edward, good night. Utilda James, Cynthia Joseph. Oh, Alban Polion, the man met me this afternoon.
Yes.
Yes. You know, Alban Polion.
Ex-Sergeant Polion.
That's right. Good times, you know, back then, right? Utilda James, Cynthia Joseph, Angel Montrose, Shakira Constantine. I will hold it down for now. But Richard, let me tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Albotnila, Albotnia Mutena si. Patrick Michaud, good night. And that's not fake, folks.
That's not fake.
It's not fake. The TV is sticking, eh? The internet.
Right. Are we on? The TV
Yeah,
seems to be...
we're having a problem with the internet. Yeah. Stuck on my phone as well.
How we looking?
No. It's not stuck on yours, baby.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
You're watching MBC.
Tune, folks, we don't know what the problem is, but let's hope on Monday we encounter no such difficulty and that each and every person can go to the polling stations, exercise their constitutional right, exercise their franchise, and ensure that they do it well, they do it properly, no spoiled ballots. We will be showing tonight how to avoid spoiling your ballot, ensure that that X is inside the square, not touching the square at all, nice little X, that is it. So, yes, before we got cut off a bit, Albert brought a bottle of Hennessy. Albert doesn't drink, I know that for a fact. Richard Frederick don't drink Hennessy. My drink is Johnny Walker Black. And the man brings a bottle of Hennessy. So, Albert, what's that about?
Well, Richard, of course, I am not a drinker per se, right? But there are certain occasions where you have to make a little exception, Mm-hmm. And I believe on Monday is that day when I'm going to make the exception.
Right.
Now, you see that I've got 3 glasses here.
Yes.
Right? So this glass actually represents Wayne Girard.
And Coco Laurent.
And yes. So Wayne has a task. Now, the sizes don't reflect the love,
No, the sizes reflect
the mission,
the stature,
right? The stature,
the individual.
That's correct. That's what the sizes reflect,
and the authoritative capacity,
right? So this here is for Wade Girard. He's got an irritant. He get rid of that irritant.
Coco Laurent.
Yes, Coco Laurent. Get rid of that irritant. So that is when I will be drinking from this, right?
When win wins.
When win wins, I'll be drinking from this. This one is Lisa Jawari.
Oh yes,
right. When she gets rid of that, the fella who took all the hospital materials?
Yeah.
Right?
And you all cannot get nothing on me.
What was it he said recently? I've never done bubble in politics. Whatever he said, right? Okay, I don't know what he got, but the hospital materials, I don't know what you call it, but we need to get that back, right? One way or the other. But anyway, when Lisa deals with that fella, I'm going to drink from this, Richard. Mm-hmm. Now, this one, what do you think this one is about?
That one represents Shasney.
This is Shanda.
The mom of task.
Yes, Shanda will get rid of this carbuncle. She's a doctor, right?
Yeah, indeed.
So she knows how to get rid of carbuncles.
So you mean she will surgically perform on this?
Lands that carbuncle for us.
Yes.
And I will drink from this. But most I've Richard, maybe by the second one I drunk already. But I'll be doing it from home.
So laughing boy, you can't go.
No bullshit. And I'm out, But that's what this is about, Richard.
Very well. Very well. So folks, what we're going to do tonight we will go into the deeds of the United Workers' Party, the misdeeds, the egregious deeds, and to give you a number of reasons why we don't think that one should ever consider voting for the United Workers' Party. We will do that, and then we will go into the policies that have been rolled out by this administration and to emphasize the need why this administration should be kept in office. So, Albert, you want to take down your Hennessy because my boys.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Usami Hennessy over here. So, Coco Laurent, Guy Joseph, Alan Shastney.
Yeah.
Shanda, Lisa, Wayne. God bless you.
Yes, indeed.
Woi. So, yes, folks. Albert, how do we start? Do we go into the egregious deeds of Alan Shastney? And I know you all know Richard Frederick came under tremendous attack from a man who last won elections 46 years ago. His only election, but we'll come to that a little later. All we do here, we deal with facts. I have no meat to give nobody. I will not opinionate as to whether a man is corrupt or not, but what I can do is give you facts, okay? Sometimes you give so many facts that you have to leave some behind and just determine that it will be like a death announcement too numerous to mention. But Albert, where do we start?
Well, usually when you say there's good news and bad news, people take the bad news first
and
so that they finish on a good note.
On a good note.
Mm.
So let us start off with Alan Shastney's over 5 years as Prime Minister. The laptop program, Albert.
Yeah, he put paid to that. He stopped it.
The man stopped the laptop program. And the sad thing is, Gail was bragging, Kigai Kiasa.
Yes, sir.
Remember that?
Yes. Gail is such a disappointment, really. She's such a disappointment. You're a bright person, you're qualified, you're certified and everything. And
To tell me you have a PhD and you are following Alan Shastney, it speaks volumes as to your self-confidence and the fact that
self-worth.
Your self-worth, self-confidence, and the fact that you lack leadership traits in you. You lack leadership traits because if you were a leader as of right, you would not be following that failure as an educated woman. So yes.
And you remember, Richard, all this the shenanigans about locking out of the leader of the opposition's office. And all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And even up to recent times, you going back. I don't know.
Some people really don't know how to basically take care of the little credibility that they have left. They sacrifice their credibility, their self-worth on the altar of political convenience. And sadly, when you are done in that kind of environment, persons will pass you like an exam, as though you were non-existent character on the whole political landscape of this country. This is sad for someone who has a PhD. And so, Albert, they took away the laptops. Let's not be sidetracked too much. But in the meantime, they were giving laptops to private schools.
Tapion School.
You remember that?
Tapion School, yes, indeed. Where you would think persons can afford, right? Where persons can afford, you'd think. Because if you go into Tapion School, right, whether you bust in a gut to do it or not, ça c'est affaire.
Yes.
But you go into Tapion School, people look at you as one who can afford.
One, you have immediately created an impression that you are financially able and stable.
Yes.
You know. So if that's the kind of impression that attendance at Tapio creates, why on earth you will take laptops from persons that need them and hand them to persons who probably can afford them? The distress fund.
Oh, that was egregious. That was egregious. And why would you do that? For a paltry, you and I always disagree on that. I think at the time it was $495 or something like that in that area there.
No, it was about 600,000-700,000.
When he stopped it, we ain't looking for trouble with each other tonight.
Yeah.
But that's paltry, Richard.
It is in the scheme of things.
In the scheme of things.
Yes.
That's a paltry sum.
Yes.
So you have to be thinking otherwise. You're not pinching pennies. That's not what you're doing. You're not pinching pennies. You're being wicked. You are being wicked and uncaring. That's what you're doing. And you're throwing your weight about. That's what you're doing. You basically showing. You see your Malewe is there? Zot Malewe? How my partner used to say it again, the late thing, the Denye Degui. I'm not for you all. I am not for you all.
Well, that's what it is.
You know?
That's what it is. Because folks, the distress fund was meant to assist poor, vulnerable persons whose houses were not insurable.
Yes.
And Shastney made it a point of duty to ask persons to go insure their houses.
The little plywood houses.
And he stopped the distress fund.
And what did he say? That's the time when he made that comment about the mendicants, you know.
Yeah. Mendicants. And then he also stopped the contribution mainstream government was making to the National Trust.
The National Trust. And why, Richard? You tell me why.
Personal vendetta.
Vendetta against Tulsi.
Against Tulsi. Bishu Tulsi.
Yes.
He figured that Tulsi was disrespectful. He figured that Tutsi could not have said what he said. And Shastney, in all his might, stopped the subvention to the National Trust. Thank God the United Workers' Party was kicked out of office and the SLP returned. Immediately
reinstated, yes.
Immediately. And so did the same distress fund.
Mm-hmm.
They both were taken away, and they were restored by the St. Lucia
Richard,
Labour
you just said something, Richard. I'm not taking us off track, It's still to do because you just said that because he felt disrespected by Tulsi, right?
Yes.
But Richard, it just took me back to Archbishop Robert Rivers apologizing to Shasti because he, as far as I understood, because he referred to him as Alan. Right? Richard, to be honest with you, I do not see what it is that the Archbishop would have had to have apologized to him for. I do not see it. But can you imagine, man, you have such an ego that you're going to demand that the Archbishop apologizes to you?
Well, that's what it is. But, and today, anyway, that's another story because I don't want to be
sidetracked. Yes.
Sidetracked. You remember he denied Janine Compton the opportunity to get the job at the National Trust and saying that it is because he can.
I can.
And then he went on to justify it by saying she does not support my party.
My party, yeah.
Your party.
And there are people supporting this man at this time, Richard.
Yes, they are.
I tell you, boy, it just takes me back to the plantation, I mean, I think of the plantation, I think of, boy, when you try a little escape thing there, and maybe you have 10 of you all escape there, and there might be 1 or 2 right there.
Yeah.
Who thinking that...
That's who says.
Yeah, I would like to be back on the plantation. Look, we out here. I'm got no food. Yeah. That's all they're thinking of. Back on the plantation, I'll get some food.
Subject themselves to slavery and the mass.
Yes,
and the
man. Yeah, but it's good. It's good because
good.
Yeah, I like it that way.
Yes, because I can. Don't forget, Albert. As soon as he won the elections, today everyone that come around the House of Assembly, we take it for granted that this is a right.
They come and protest right in front of you.
They come right there.
They come inside.
You all remember, folks, as soon as Shasti won the elections.
Barriers.
There were barriers.
Yes. Upakantwe from Boca Cathedral, Upakantwe.
Huh? You all remember that? There were barriers right around the parliament. You could not have gone in close proximity to that parliament at all. Because Shasti was in power.
Today you have reporters
coming right inside Parliament.
Yes.
Coming right inside Parliament. So, Radio St. Lucia.
That is egregious. And that's where this Cockalorum fella comes in as well. Richard, can you imagine the history that this guy just got rid of?
He got rid of everything.
The history, right? The files that were in there. Rich history of St. Lucia. These guys just got rid of that. And that tells you, when I say, Richard, I don't resile from that, Shasna is not like us. He's not of us. He does not like us.
At all. When you think of, moving on already, our agricultural industry, at least it was still breathing. Shasta sold our ripening room. He sold our shares in the boat, so we have no ripening room.
That was in England.
In England, yeah.
Was it that Stanford's? Anyway, I know.
I forget.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's not Stanford. It's the supermarket chain. I know.
Waitrose.
The man sold our ripening room. The man sold our shares in the boat. The man sold everything, and then talk about sending bananas
to France.
Yes. Everything Shastney has done
has been against us.
Against us. Everything Shastney has done is against us. The budget. Preparation of the budget.
Yes.
Instantly.
I used to actually look forward to that, Richard, to hear, because it used to just warm my heart to hear Stewart.
Yeah.
What was his first name? The late Stewart.
Yeah, late
Jeff
Stewart.
Jeff Stewart, man, coming forward
used to do that
just give his time.
Just
give of his time.
Gratuitously for no payment.
Yes, with their public servants, right? And they would prepare a budget, a professional budget. They would prepare that, the estimates of expenditure, they would prepare that.
At no extra cost to taxpayers.
No extra cost.
And here comes Shasti From the time the man came in, he secured the services contractually of Ernst& Young. And Ernst& Young is charging 1% of the budget.
Of the budget. Can you imagine?
You
And
know,
and Shasta thinks that's nothing.
It's nothing. 1% is nothing if you're dealing with 10 cents. If you're dealing with 10 cents, it's negligible. But when you're dealing with $1.5 billion, 10% is 15 million. That's what it is.
Which is 1%.
1%, yeah, 15 million, sorry. That's what it is. And to tell me that you sideline our civil servants, do we really want to go back there, folks? Do we want to go back there? Are we not thinking? Can you imagine? Ernst & Young was paid approximately $50 million before their services, their ties with government was severed.
Because before he realized we can't continue.
We can't to afford them.
Yes.
You know, and then he had to resort to the very St. Lucians, the St. Lucian civil servants who had been doing it in the first place. And then someone will ask, where is Pierre getting the money? Pierre is not waving a magic wand. Philip J. Pierre is not waving a magic wand. He is not acceding to all those financially egregious deeds. So therefore, money well spent. When he spends the money well, he saves most of the expenditure that Shasta was indulging in. Is when Shasta realized he's going to run the country broke because that thing was just not sustainable. That for the last 2 years of his 5, he went back to the civil servants. But Ernst & Young had already picked up $50 million. With 17 constituencies, that's about $3 million per constituency.
And imagine what you can do with that.
Exactly. Can you imagine what you can do with $3 million in every constituency? Are we going to go back to that? Is that where we want to go back to? Are we for real? Huh? Are we for real? And that in itself, folks, was tantamount to telling the civil servants, I have no confidence in you. I have no confidence in you. You can stay where you are. I will get professionals to advise me. Then
keep professionals.
Keep
professionals. These same professionals just used our very people.
Exactly. Albert,
Yes,
the Cayman group. You remember when we were moving, we were transiting from the Victoria Hospital to the OKEU.
And there was a team, a
There was a
transition team in
team,
place.
a St. Lucian team headed by Dr. Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
They were charging peanuts compared to the over $1 million a month to the Cayman Group. Over $1 million a month to the Cayman Group.
The man just set aside the team. Can you imagine
Just
that?
ask them to step aside and pay foreigners $1 million a month.
And I cannot believe that that was a matter of thinking that that transition team was incompetent. I can't believe that. There was some sinister motive behind it.
Of course there was. Of course there was. And then when we came in, the sad thing is Philip Joseph Pierre had to move the motion for us to borrow the $25 million or so to pay the Cayman Group for that transition move when there were St. Lucians doing it. Huh?
And
St. Lucian doing it.
And they did it anyway. Are you aware of that?
They continued doing
Of course it was the St. Lucians who did it.
I'm not aware of that.
Yes,
so
they
then
did
why
it.
did we pay the Cayman Group the $25 million?
Well, you know, I mean.
You know, that is really something else. Let's speak about the treatment to the speakers. You know, treatment of the speakers. Look at how Shasta treated the speakers of the House, the guys who is in charge of the House of Assembly. At one point telling Andy Daniel, I'm not going to withdraw it, do what you want, knowing full well that Andy Daniel basically could have done absolutely nothing because his job was in Shasta's hands. You know, those are the kind of dilemmas he creates because he knows he carries both the knife and the sword. So he You know, he'll juke you from all sides if you want to call it that.
The man made disrespect a new normal, in the house.
In the house.
A new normal. But remember, you went straight to Andy Daniel. But remember, thing was there, before him, before.
Yes.
I'm having a senior moment. Yes. She was there before him.
Yes.
And
Theodore. Yes.
Leon Theodore.
Now,
she was there before him. It is my understanding that at one point she had to be taken by ambulance.
She left the chamber on ambulance.
Right. No. Although now he's so disrespectful, and he forgets himself too, because he does not realize at the time when he's doing his nonsense who Leon Theodore John is.
Yes.
Who is Leon Theodore John?
She's a lawyer.
Okay.
And she's the wife of
All right. Okay.
the chairman.
Okay. All right.
Not Chairman Rizzo. You see, all of those things. And then, whilst we're in the house, Albert, you know, the Constitution mandated the appointment of a speaker at the first sitting or wherever it was convenient, whenever it was convenient, for 5 years. For 5 years.
He didn't.
He did not deem it convenient at all.
Yes.
You know, I mean, this man has done so many things.
Yes, just trampled on the Constitution.
Like it's
First of all,
it's not existent.
because the House could not move without this deputy speaker, because you cannot move without the deputy.
He appointed
Sarah
early.
Yes.
And then removed the Naval Ministry, and that was the end of the deputy.
And then told the Labour Party, look, you appointed the deputy.
Yeah, appoint the deputy. You know, folks, our land, our laws are not supposed to be trampled with or trampled over like that. You know, then...
But, Richard, you do realize that the Prime Minister is the guardian of the Constitution.
Supposedly.
Yes.
I say supposedly because when Shasti was Prime Minister, he never guarded the Constitution.
Never did. Okay. Yeah, he attacked it at every turn.
Yes, he attacked it. Because the first attack on the Constitution was when, according to the Constitution, Parliament's supposed to have convened 30 days after a general election. And then he said...
And he just merrily went past that.
He said, you know, the Constitution has no sanctions.
Yeah, it's just a guide.
Disregard that.
It's just a guide.
You know? So, I mean, those are things that must be embedded in our minds. Do we want to go back there? The Cabot lands.
Cabot lands, indeed.
You know, the Cabot lands. When NIC was making preparation, NIC was making preparation to buy the land. They had already done a valuation and everything.
Yes, by Terence Skinny.
Terence Skinny did the valuation, Terence Sinclair.
60 million, was it? 60 or 90?
No, it was 90. 90 million. Cabot got it for 30 million, 12 million US.
Which we supplied them.
And he gave instructions to take pensioners' money, lend it to a foreigner, to buy our land. And today it's like we need a visa to go up to Cap Estate. Folks, those things we cannot go back to those days.
I don't know if you've seen, you probably haven't, I did ask you to, and you know it's difficult to get there now. Gated and all that.
Of course,
get up
it
there.
would be.
Right? But this expanse of land, Richard, the expanse of
over 300
prime land.
Over 300
Yes.
Acres. You thought it was a teeny weeny bit? Of course.
Because, you know, it's when I first went up there, you know, and I was like, what?
Like you're in a foreign country.
Yes, man. The expanse of land that Alan Shasney took from us and just gave to Cabot.
And gave them our money to buy,
and then we come, and this, what's this fellow's name again? This fellow who thinks that he's some oracle or something, waste of time. Frank the tsunami fella, right? And you know, this man really thinks that because he was an island skull that he's some oracle for true, right? And they call him, what do you say about him? He's credible kisa.
Yeah, credible.
Nonsense. This man talks a lot of foolishness, but this man is trying to convince us. After they went on the junket in Canada, right? And this man is now trying to convince us that is a good thing that happened there. You know it's nonsense. You know Alan Chasney came and told you all are going to buy the land for us with our money. And Alan Chasney came and told you all, no, give that money to this guy, Cabot, let him buy the land. And you Frank Myers, trying to convince us. Because join Marcel and move from there.
You know? And the thing is, Albert, had the land been left in the NIC hands for sure St. Lucians would have owned the land here.
Yes.
The return on the economic activity, the monies would have remained right here.
But the NIC actually has a land bank, Richard.
A land bank.
There's a land bank.
You know,
Eh?
the money
Imagine
would
you
have
have
stayed here.
put that in the land bank, in our land bank.
You know, and St. Lucians could now be living up Cap Estate. But no.
But the other thing, Richard, seeing how innovative Philip J. Pierre is, if we had that land bank there, I'm sure Philip J. Pierre would have pulled some ideas there, and so on. And you had some idea about this. Well, bring some St. Lucians together, and get something going there.
You know? I mean, this is something else. So, the land was worth 90 million. They got it for 30 million, 1/3 of the price, 12 million US. And
Paid that back in less no time.
In less than a year and a half.
And give us 2 million.
Less than a year and a half.
Yeah.
And the returns, the economic activity generated by that kind of development, St. Lucia does not feel it. We don't feel it because all profits are dealt with external to St. Lucia. They are dealt with externally. The guy sold one lot for $9 million US when you bought the 300 acres for 12 million. I mean, that is Sasso Quef chair.
And today this man is trying to get back in there, and there are St. Lucians pushing that.
That's the problem I have.
There are St. Lucians pushing that.
That's the problem.
My goodness, man.
So he took our land value 90. He sold it for 30 and asked NIC to lend the guys pensioners money to pay for it. And then we go to the mall. Another one again. Took our mall, valued $60 million. Skinny again did the valuation. $60 million at the point it was sold. Sold it for 5 million US, 13.5 million EC. And on top of that, buying the people, the government and people of this country to rent the mall for 16.5 years at approximately $1 million a month, with endless costs that fluctuate and cannot be fully determined at any one point in time, so that the rent of this month may not necessarily be the rent for next month because of the contingencies of the fluctuation in utilities. That is what you put us through. And by the end of the 16.5 years, we would have paid a whooping almost $200 million on a property that we owned. Folks, do we really want to go back and give the country to Shasta?
Did you tell us that the top floor is ours?
Yeah, that's what he said.
But we're renting it?
Yeah, we're renting it for now.
We're renting our property.
We're renting from
and
ourselves.
we're paying somebody.
Those are the things that you must remember, folks. We must remember. And then, so you took Cabot land, value 90 million, sold it for 30. You took the mall, valued 60 million, sold it for 13.5. Then you went down to Viewfort. That's not enough for you. You have not given foreigners enough yet. You went down to Viewfort. What did you do in Viewfort? 1,000 acres. 1,000 acres at $1 an acre for 99 years. 1,000 acres at $1 an acre for 99 years. The assets of this country were simply disappearing before our very eyes as we stood helpless on the sides watching what Shasta was doing. Is that right? Is that fair? And on top of that, folks, he sold some land to Teoaking outright. He lists the 1,000 acres, but he sold some land outright. The land he sold it at about $3 a square foot.
Can you imagine?
$3 a square foot.
That is land, Richard. Where? That is useless land, really. At $3 a square foot, that is land.
That is agricultural land.
Agricultural and difficult agricultural too.
Yes.
Very difficult agricultural land.
$3 a square foot in Viewfort. And poor people, good night, Bobby, Uptown Liquor Store. He had a lease on part of that land. They immediately canceled and withdrew the lease. They withdrew the lease because Teoaking took over everything.
So this man was like a real estate agent.
Well, No, I believe he was an agent that operated against the interests of the government and people of this country.
Definitely.
You know, you sold cardboard worth 90 million for 30 million. The mall
60 million.
worth 60 million, 13 and a half
13 and a
million.
half.
You sold land to T.R. King for $3 and change, and then lease 1,000 acres at $1 an acre for 99 years, and then still expect persons to put you back in office.
What is
to
this magazine in
continue
China?
along that
The magazine in China?
T.R. King, owner of
Your
Viewfort.
fort.
You know, that
I
gave
know the
them-
man was joking about that. Shastny was joking about that, Oh, I'll need a visa to come to Viewfort. Joking about that. And St. Lucians, they are St. Lucians. Richard, we're going to win the elections, right? We're going to win the elections. But that's not my point. You mean this man has people supporting him, following him? People who want to put this man back in?
You know, Albert. You know, Albert.
So there are people who are actively campaigning against their own interests. But anyway, we'll deal with that. a little
Like
later.
that.
Yeah.
And then, Albert, you remember all the pressure the Flabos are putting on me. Don't touch my vendors. I have never, ever, ever removed one vendor without preparing a better, more aesthetically appealing, more pleasant, and more environmentally friendly place for them to operate with keys to lock their goodies and go home. But on 2 consecutive Mother's Day, you remember what this man did?
Just grab everything and go through in Machin.
The man took all the people vending artillery and just went to dump them at the Masha market.
Machin, his favorite dumping ground, mind you.
Yeah.
Machin is his
Masha-
favorite dumping
yeah,
ground.
yeah. You know, just took everything and dumped it. Folks, are we not thinking? Are we not thinking? Huh? Are we not thinking? Then we had because those things have to be put to Shastny. And he has to be asked in every regard, will he continue along that trend? Jazz,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Jazz, opening of Jazz, Machin. That's where Jazz opens. So you have the vendors, the people from Machin coming out. In fact, the opening of Jazz is not just vendors, It's just economic activity. Right? Opening of Jazz.
exactly.
Economic activity.
And everybody makes $1.
Everybody makes $1 because the ladies want to come out looking
Good.
There's a word for it. Look on flick. Yes, to say right.
Yes.
So they have to go and do their hair.
Yeah.
They have to go and do their nails, right? They have to get a proper outfit and all of that.
I hate jazz. But look, outfits they have to buy.
So what I'm saying is somebody's
It's a
making
very
money.
expensive time of year for me.
All right, somebody's making money.
Exactly. People are making
People are making money.
taxi drivers.
Yes, taxi
hairdressers.
drivers.
You know, the women look lit.
Right.
When you see them. They look good.
And the people come around with their trays and so on. So
Everybody
some
makes
chicken
$1.
is being sold, some pork is being sold. Everybody's making $1.
Pool boy, good night. I
Right.
remember the opening of Jazz. Pool boy tell me, boy Richard, I run out of drinks here by the tire shop.
Well, there you go.
Everybody,
He's
taxi
making
drivers,
$1.
those doing the shuttles,
And partner decided,
everybody.
none of that for you all.
None of that for you all. Go and have Jazz
Yeah,
in the
in
hotel.
hotels. In hotels.
Folks,
Boy,
can
and
we truly
Richard-
go back there?
Richard, there you go. You just said what I was about to say.
Can we go back there? Can we go back there? If you all want to go back
Là,
there,
moun marchand qui ka supporter monsieur.
si yon moun machin ka sipote misye, ma have sakive. Ma have sakive. You know, how can you support someone who has operated in a manner where he doesn't even flinch to take away your daily bread from you, to take away an opportunity of earning a living from you, to take away economic activity from your basin, and to have it resident in the hotels beyond the reach of the average St. Lucian.
And then he killed it and called it what? Soleil?
Soleil.
Whatever.
Also like Kikushe
Soleil
by
Couché par Ville.
Yes. You know, it will not rise again. It will not rise again. Those are the kind of things this man has done. You know, on the eve of the elections of 2021, police officers are at custody suites. prisoners were at custody suites. And whilst they're there, windows are being removed, air conditions are being dismantled. Everything is happening without the officers in there knowing that the place was earmarked for demolition. And he demolished it just like he demolished the Soufre Bridge on the eve of, folks, do we really want to go back there?
When
And have the audacity to castigate, Philip J. Pierre for building a state-of-the-art holding facility, the best in the region. Have the audacity to say, look, why are you spending $5 million on this? You know?
And Richard, there was...
So is there a police
document.
officer that'll vote for that man? Actually, they're voting tomorrow.
There was a legal document in place, as you well know, the consent
Yes.
order
Yes.
between himself and the National Trust. His signature was on that document. That I will stay my hand, right? We will wait for the court to make a decision on this. And then on this Saturday, sneak in. And guess who's there
His father.
supervising? His father. What was his father's role in government?
Well, his father's role was father of the
Prime Minister. Okay, so now there's a position like that.
Yeah.
Father of the Prime Minister.
Why you think the man was knighted?
Oh, okay. Was it done during the day? But seriously, Richard, here is his father actually supervising this thing, right? The demolition of the jail and custody suites. And Richard, there's so much to... You see that custody suites demolition? There's so much... This man is getting away with us. I don't know, boy. There's things this man is getting away with.
You know?
Because the police were using custody suites for more than just holding prisoners. But anyway,
there was an exhibit room as well.
Right.
You know? And he just demolished it. And the old prisons, he demolished it in the face of a court order. The man just treats the judicial system, you know, with scant regard.
No regard. I mean,
With no regard.
I am the big man around. I am the big man around.
How can you...
You know, a tin pot dictator.
You know, the court is saying, look, hold straight. Do not touch this until I make a determination. And meanwhile, you put an excavator or excavators in a building that would have been of historical significance to this country, that could have even been a tourist site.
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Oh, yes.
That could have even been a tourist site.
You know, and you have people, Richard, who actually they have no awareness of these things. Talking about, oh, this has bad memories, just get rid of it and so
Yes.
on. Foolishness. What the point of no return in is it Ghana?
South Africa.
No, it's not South Africa.
Yes, no.
Western.
When you go through the door.
Yes,
that
that
door
point of no return.
Is it?
That's
I
a
think
tourist,
it is.
tourist attraction.
Tourist attraction.
Right.
And when you go there, they say, yeah, once you pass through the door,
That's it.
then
You're gone. Forget
you're
Africa.
gone. Forget Africa.
Yeah. Right.
You know? And just take that and demolish it. And there are people supporting this man. He's a visionary leader. Visionary, my foot. You know? Visionary, my foot. The old prisons was the oldest building in this country. The oldest building in this country. And it carried the sentiment of our heritage and history. You just demolish it. Demolish it. You know? The STEP program. STEP program. Just stop it.
Yes, something.
You just stop it.
Because Richard, no matter where you go, and people need to understand that, you know, it doesn't matter where you go. There are people who will not be able to get mainstream employment.
But that's true. It's just like I've said, there were people who were born and die without having a house.
Yes.
That's a fact. There are people who just cannot enter the employment, the stable employment arena. And they survive on jobs like that. You know, you just take it away from them.
Because they've got their bills. Their bills might not, their water bill might not be
As high
as yours.
But they have
they still have bills.
And they will get along with doing side jobs because that may be adequate. Whilst my water bill at home is $1,000 a month, this may be $10.
But they need the $10. It has to come from somewhere.
Exactly. And they just came and just stopped the program. You know, stop the program. You know, after that, the man, COVID.
Oh.
The man just decided, give this man $7.3 million in a handwritten check, folks.
at the last minute.
It's
a rush job.
handwritten check. Once you hear about a handwritten check coming from the Treasury, it did not undergo the protocol of check printing, all the checks and balances that needed to have been in place before there is final approval. A handwritten check, $7.3 million to pay vaccine.
And,
Money.
and there's a procurement unit.
There is a procurement unit. There is a procedure involved. In a check being disseminated from the Treasury.
Yes.
All of that was bypassed. And up to now, we have not received all our money back. We have not received all our money back. Folks, can we really afford? Greg, good night to you. You were good in last night, Greg. I want to thank you very, very much for your contribution. You said it as it was. Greg came and Greg said, I'm from Lastic Hill. We had a meeting in Lastic Hill, well attended, hundreds and hundreds of people. And Greg said, I was born in Lastic Hill. Stanley Felix is my friend, but I will choose a worker over a joker, in a nutshell. And he pledged his support for me, irrespective of his friendship with Stanley Felix. So, folks, this is what we have gone through at the hands of Alan Michael Shasty. Can we really afford to go back there? Can we?
But Richard, you say that, right? But we say that this was no mistake, Richard. This 7.3 million, that was not a mistake.
But how can giving somebody $7.3 million be a mistake?
No, because what I'm saying is there was no noble intent to it.
There couldn't have been.
Right? Because this man knew very well, you, Alan Chastney, I'm talking to you now. You knew very well that we St. Lucians did not need the vaccines that you speak of. This thing about 7.3 million, you know very well that we did not need those vaccines.
And further, Albert, there was an organization responsible
COVAX.
for COVAX.
Yes.
For the Caribbean region.
That's correct.
You went outside of that.
And he, Richard, he was at George F.L. Charles to receive the first tranche.
Yes.
He was there.
Yes,
right?
COVAX.
He
yes.
received the first tranche and he knew very well there was a second tranche coming. He knew that. Right? And that first tranche, Richard, there was not proper uptake for that, We had a whole lot of that left back,
Yes.
That first, people were not going for the vaccines. So from the first tranche, we had a whole lot left back. We never, ever needed those vaccines. Never, ever. That's 7.3 million of corruption.
I agree with you. And we are here. And recently the man was asked that, and he was so dismissive.
Dismissive, yes.
He was dismissive. Well, get the money from the man.
Yes.
Excuse me. Are we going to go back there, folks? Are we really going to go back there? And the other man on the receiving end, what's his name again?
Mark Maloney.
Maloney would say that in every adversity there's opportunity.
Well, yes.
Which means that people can die and then I'll make money.
Of course.
And on top of that, folks, Shasney offered some manufacturer of vaccines to come test the vaccines on his black people, on us.
To find herd immunity.
Herd immunity. So they will just test the vaccine on us. Those who die, those who live.
Yes.
But he would never put his wife and children through the trial process. He would never put himself through the trial process. But he offered the St. Lucian population to be basically lab rats, to use a product, let it be tested on us to determine how viable is that. Folks, we are due for a break. We'll be right back.
You're watching MBC.
Bus roll fast, it's 10 fire.
No.
The winning numbers for the evening draw of Thursday, 27th November 2025 were tic-tac-toe 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 17, 20. Big 4, 2, 0, 0, 3. Big for multi-X, 2X. Pick 2, 8, 7. Pick 2 multi-X, FP. 1 off, 4, 8, 8. Lucky 3, 4, 2, 4. Lucky 3 multi-X, 3X.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
My name is Martina. I would like to say thank you to the guys from Paddy Access, especially Jermaine, for a job well done. I called him 2 days before my brother's funeral to do a live video, and I was not disappointed. He was professional and kept in touch with me throughout the live, just making sure I was satisfied with everything. I would definitely use Paddy Access again, and I highly recommend that anyone looking to do a live video to hire them. Everyone who watched my brother's funeral had good things to say about how much of a good job the videographer did. If you want satisfaction for your money, Paddy Access is the way to go.
Just want to give a demonstration as to how to cast your ballot. Play that short clip for me, please.
Red up all in the air, I tell you, red up all in the air. Red up all in the air, I tell you, red up all in the air. Red up all in the air. Boy!
Picture of the individuals. So if you might not remember the symbol, you can remember what the person's face looked like. You will see a picture of the individual. My picture. In my case, my symbol is the hand. So you will see both my picture and the hand. You will see a box. Place the X inside the box. Do not let any part of that X go outside the box. Okay? We don't believe in spoiled ballots. Let's do it, and let's do it well. Now, folks, before we complete some of the egregious deeds and get into the good policy rule that were ruled out by this government, I was viciously attacked a couple of days ago on Tuesday by Mikey Pilgrim, and I will not respond to Mikey Pilgrim per se. I will not. Because if I have to respond to Mikey Pilgrim on his allegations of corruption, my responses would be like a death announcement, too numerous to mention. Suffice it to say, Mr. Jean-Pierre, I think his name is, from Vieux Fort, whom I don't know, I have never met. He voiced this clip and it was sent to me. Let me share it with you.
I'm Gilbert Pierre from Vieux-Fort North. I was the chairman of the Vieux-Fort North constituency group of the St. Lucia Labour Party at one time. In 1979-82, when Pilgrim was elected in Parliament, Pilgrim is the one who broke down the St. Lucia Labour Party under the leadership of Alan Louisy. Pilgrim forget that he is the one that put the Vieux-Fort North in that kind of misery from 1982 up to 1997, when we are only one parliamentarian from the Vieux-Fort North, was Cecily at that time. Pilgrim didn't know where to go, whether if it's go to Labour, whether if it go to UWP, whether if it's go to PLP. Pilgrim is the one who broke down the Labour Party and prevent the Labour Party to be back in government for how many years? Now, we, St. Lucian, I'm talking to St. Lucian, we get the chance again. Don't let Pilgrim bring us down, because all his motive is to bring the St. Lucia Labour Party down again, and that will not happen. I'm asking the people of Central Castries to ignore Pilgrim and vote for their district rep, that is Richard Frederick. That's the only man that had done so many in Central Castries already. Please, I'm begging Central Castries people, don't let Pilgrim bring them down. Ask Pilgrim about the mess in Parliament. Just ask him what's about the mess in Parliament in 1982. And tell him he is not going to bring us down again. We St. Lucian determined that. So I thank you all people from Central Castries. Please don't listen to Pilgrim and vote for your district rep. Thank you.
This is a man I've never met. I don't know who he is, but he told you who he is. Black boy, could you put back the voting thing for me again, please? He asked me to say it in Creole. Okay. Zot kaiwe ou papier, any signature, any portrait muna, ek any symbol muna boy. So, in case of Central Castries, you kaiwe Richard Frederick, you kaiwe portrait muna, so bel no me. You can go over to Caldero because a bel no da, gila, woy. Woy. Like then you kaiwe la mea. In the other cases, you will see the person's picture and the symbol. If you don't remember the hand, you'll remember who I look like. But you can see what I look like and you can remember the hand. And I see a whole set of Team RF members just shopping in the studio there. You know, what do you already, what's them? Come on set, come. That's what you all want to do. So, I make quoi? Bon, potwea, ukay mete the dub wet la. Pakite quoi? Passe, make sure to buy a tree adida. Come. Oh my God.
An invasion.
We have an invasion of some Team RF members there. Good night. Oh my God. You'll have to, you want to take the camera to show their faces? I see. Hey, where are we? Outside. With whom? Rulers Oh God. Y'all want to say good night to anybody? Say it quickly. What's Jonathan?
Good night to my family. Big up yourself.
And the Buddhists?
The Buddhists. Central Castries, are you here? Yes. Central Castries. Castries, what you say?
We voted for you, boss.
Folks, that was resounded. Oh my God. Y'all will have the people jealous, you know. But folks, they're already jealous. Yes, man. And I could tell you, folks, I never ask any of them to come here, but they know wherever I am, they're welcome. They just turn up here, and so they receive my very warm embrace. You know? Yes, man. So whilst they're here, let me finish with Mikey Pilgrim for them to hear.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, we heard from Mr. Pierre about Mikey Pilgrim and what he did and what he did not do. Folks, I want to tell you all this. Mikey Pilgrim is the only St. Lucian politician, if you want to call him that, who ran, turn that off please, who ran on SLP, UWP, and PLP. Okay? He won only one elections in 1979. A lot of you viewing now would not even have been born when Mikey won his only elections in 1979. He won in 79, he lose in 82, he lose the first time in 87, he lose the second time in 87, he lose in 1992, and he lose in 1997. Now, Mikey Pilgrim wants to advise, having won one election out of 6, he now wants to advise a man who has not won any election and who's about to lose his turn. So between the two of them, they would have contested 9 elections and would have only won one 46 years ago. Now, a loser always advises a loser. Right. The old people say, show me your company. You hear that? Even my students know that. So, folks, we don't have time for Mikey Pilgrim. We have no time for him. Because if the electorate rejected you on 5 out of 6 occasions, if the electorate did not want to see you, who are you to make the electorate believe in what you say now? It means si sa ou te ka dia de pi jwa nou pate kwa ou, actualman nou pavle ou. So Mikey, you may not like it, but you will see my re-election on December 1st. And whether you like it or not, you'll have to put it in your pipe and smoke it. All right, folks. All right. Y'all can make your exit if y'all want to shout anybody quickly because everybody is watching. I could tell you that. You know, we have a lot of people. Yeah.
Big up Roselle.
Roselle.
Big up Central Castries. Big up
Remember to vote the hand that's helping you, the hand that has been there for Castries Central for the last 19 years, whether in or out of office. There's only one representative. Even the old can tell you, not even Malek could come from the grave and take away what the champion has given to Castries. One RF to the wood.
All right. All right. Okay.
Boss have to surrender.
Yes.
All right.
But Monday is important.
Monday is important. This one like to show off. Pull.
That's not pull.
Hey, but yeah, I'm Gail. But look, pull. Both of you like to show off. All right. Okay. All right. Yes, folks. Those are some of the members of Team RF in whom I'm very well pleased. They follow me. They ensure that I'm okay. And, you know, wherever I am, they just follow. They follow in droves. So, yes, folks. So I was saying I don't have to respond, and I will not respond to Mikey Pilgrim. But I want to show you the influx, at least 2 or 3.
Let me read something right quick.
Go ahead.
Val.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mikey has run on all P's. But he better be like a true pilgrim and take a long walk.
Yes, he has run SLP, UWP, PLP, and has had a very, very, very unsuccessful political career.
Richard, I've tried not to say too much on this, right? But I have to, right? Mikey is a man, I've had a lot of respect for Mikey, right? And sometimes respect is just given, for, whatever reason. But I am unhappy with what Mikey has done. I'm unhappy with it, and I'll tell you why. Mikey obviously has some grounds with you, right?
He has grounds with me, I don't have the same.
Yeah. And what it is, Richard, I do not support the politics of revenge. I do not support that. You cannot have a grouse and sit back, right? And at the last minute, the penultimate moment, you come and like you're some prime minister or whatever, addressing the nation. But what you're doing is just trying to recruit people to your personal grouse. That's what you're doing.
That's correct.
You're trying to recruit people. You're trying to recruit an entire nation.
To assist him in venting.
Yes, exactly. Your vendetta. That's what you're doing. Right? And the truth is, Richard, if Mikey had the only calculated, sometimes, we overestimate our own importance.
Importance or relevance.
Or relevance. We overestimate that. Because in the general scheme of things,
calculated the risk he was taking and the blows he would be getting subsequent to opening
yes,
his mouth, he probably wouldn't have.
Yes.
Because he has received a lot of blows. A lot.
Richard, I think a man needs to, sometimes, you figure, okay, I'm going to do this. But before you do it, do an assessment
of the ramifications.
Of what you're going to do.
Of course.
And if you figure, boy, you know something? Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
But now that I've examined it.
It's like telling a man, you go and you vent about a man with respect to something that you yourself have a serious problem with.
Yeah.
So it's like calling a man, that man love.
Avole. Ou sa avole. E ou mèm ni sakado tout le.
Oui. Ou hay la hol.
Ou hay la jol tout bay pou vole. Bedou la ka kuyen moun vole.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So as a result of that, folks, quite a few testimonials came through. Let's hear from Cyril Saltibus, the once mayor of Viewfort.
My brothers and sisters, let me say this as clearly from my experience. I've worked with the Honorable Richard Frederick in many capacities. When I was the mayor of Viewfort, worked with him on the various baton relays of St. Lucia, worked with him as a consultant in his ministry, and I can say without fear of contradiction that Richard Frederick is one of the most hardworking ministers that I know. He's one of the hardest working parliamentarian I have ever worked and known. And he's been a shoulder to lean on most times, a steady hand, a man with a genuine good heart, and someone who's helped many people and continue to help many St. Lucians. And my respect for him does not come from words. It comes from the real work and the real results that comes from him, his ministry, and that is the Richard Frederick that I know. I thank you.
Then, folks, we had another from Kalila Good Night, but I'm taking the opportunity to play yours on air since you posted it on Facebook. Could you play Kalila for me, please?
I've known the Honorable Richard Frederick for 15 plus years, and I know this is a man of integrity, a man who is honest, and a man who gives selflessly. And when I say selflessly, mothers, fathers, anyone in need. And to be honest, the way I see it, Minister wants everyone around him in life to win. He wants everyone to have what they need. This man's caring and selflessness knows no bounds. And this is the minister I know.
Then, folks, you will not believe, out of his calm, cool retirement, Evans Cauldron decided that me too have a piece. I have something to say in relation to Richard Frederick. Could you play Evans Cauldron, please?
I can tell you, if I were voting in Central Castries, I would vote for Richard Fredericks 100 times before I vote for Stanley Felix. If I had to vote in Central Castries, the person I would vote for is Richard Frederick, because he has done more than Mallet was there for so long and so on, than anybody, Beaubray, and so on. I would vote for Richard Frederick.
Folks, those are not my words. And I want to remind you all of Tucker himself. We heard Cyril say I'm the hardest working parliamentarian. We heard Mr. Pierre from Viewfort. We heard Evans Cauldron. Let's listen to a constituent, Tucker.
This is a small world. Oh, this is your daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. So, very good coincidence. Say hello to your Nico for me. Okay, great.
I'm 65 years old. I was born in St. Lucia. I've been following politics 1978, 79. And in my history of politics in St. Lucia is the hardest working I've ever seen. Hardest working minister I've ever seen. And when I speak the words, that's true words, I must say. Not what I've been.
My political adversaries, you may have seen it, but let's listen to Timothy Polio and Rick Wynn again.
Tim, like I said yesterday, I'm a competitor, and I'm saying this out for some particular people. I've always been a competitor. I'm still a competitor in everything I do. I compete even with myself. Whatever anybody wants to say about Richard Frederick, that is negative or counterproductive, etc., etc. Let anybody deny that Richard Frederick is quite likely the hardest working politician in the country. Now, I'm not talking about doing government policies and whatever. I'm not talking about that.
You're talking about being underground.
That's correct. Doing whatever he has to do to win.
Yes.
And you cannot deny. I thought that from 2006, when Richard Frederick was basically responsible for the victory of the United Workers' Party that time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Richard Frederick was also responsible for the demise of the United Workers' Party in the last election. The one undeniable thing about Richard Frederick, which must not be made no attempt to deny, actually, it's undeniable, is that this guy probably is the hardest working campaigning politician I have ever encountered in St. Lucia. Are you going to deny that?
You are correct. I can't deny that.
So, folks, if those are endorsements from your constituent, from outside your constituency, and from outside your political circles, so much so that you get endorsement from your political, I wouldn't call them enemies, but adversaries, what more do you have to tell the electorate that this man is the man for the job? And that is why on December 1st, I have absolutely no doubt. I have no doubt that the people of Castries Central, they will come out in their large numbers. I could tell you, they are ready, they are on the drive, they are on the go, and they will do whatever is necessary to bring out everybody to ensure that the X's go next to the hand, next to my picture, and cast the ballot for no other than Richard Frederick in Castries Central. And I'm already thanking them in advance. We have no room for no spoon. We have everybody have to just rush out there and let Richard Frederick waltz in. Somebody said, I saw a post today that Richard Frederick have to go. And I told the person, yes, I have to go. I must go back into Parliament. So, Albert, let's continue with some of the egregious deeds, and then we'll turn to the good policies
indeed.
of the government. So, where are we now, and where do you want to continue from? There are so many. Lockerbie, $33 million to plant grass.
Yes. Now, Richard, just as I said, 33 million to plant grass, right? You think of that, Richard. What would that? Because when people think of all what Philip JPA has done, right? And why you said it's not magic.
It's not magic.
He doesn't have a little room somewhere where he just prints money.
He doesn't.
It is that same money that Chasley was wasting.
Exactly. Philip JPA is putting the resources of the country to proper use.
Yes.
And to uses that impact positively on the people of
St. Lucia. You know, I have a challenge here, Richard. I have $100 for anybody who can come and tell me, not just tell me, but prove to me that Philip JPA has not touched you in some way with his policies.
He has.
Yes. Anybody in St. Lucia.
Everybody.
Yes.
And the only people that seemingly believe St. Lucia is on a downward trajectory and a diehard flubble.
Yeah, who just lied with it. They lied to themselves. But these same people have benefited from the policies.
Exactly. They are deceiving themselves.
Yes.
They are deceiving themselves. So $33 million to plant grass. Now, Pomandu,
13
million. To do what?
Yes.
Pomandu came here and took excerpts from documents written by St. Lucians. One of the persons they took a document from, I could say this overtly, is Cuthbert Didier on marine policies. Took it from Cuthbert Didier, replicated the contents, put together a good compilation, handed over to Shasti for $13 million. They did not spend time in doing any research. All they did was a compilation of stuff already written.
But we should have known about this man from the Heppel days.
Oh, yes.
Should have known about him.
Well, I knew about him. That's why from the time he won the leadership of the United Workers' Party, I said, this man will not lead me to anywhere.
So, you
were given a job as Minister of Tourism. You go in and hire Heppel to do the job that they ask you to do. At a significant sum.
Yes, paying Heppel some king's ransom.
So you did Pomandu, you did Lockerbie, and on top of that, you go into a hotel in England, £2,000 a night. 1,000 EC.
Yes.
A night.
A night.
And
who does that?
Some of what hurts me, Albert? Some of his followers or supporters, they seemingly want to justify it.
In what way?
That he's prime minister. And so it's neither here nor there, irrespective of the exorbitant sum that taxpayers have to foot.
Okay, Richard. We have prime ministers from Guyana, let's say CARICOM, from Guyana coming up, go up to Jamaica, and you could even swing it round to Belize.
You can even go down to South America.
Indeed. You can even go to South America where they have more money than us.
Yes. None of them would do that.
Exactly. Which one of them
would do that?
Which one of them?
None of them would do that. None of them.
You know who would do that?
Which prime minister, Albert, from the time he leaves his house, would leave the vehicle running until he's ready to go home? Is when the vehicle is switched off.
Because he does not want to experience any heat at all. But Richard, he doesn't even have to do that because he can simply say, driver, listen, I'll be leaving in 10 minutes.
10 minutes, can you start the vehicle?
Yes.
But the vehicle is on for the entire day.
He's a Westro.
Because he's not paying for the petrol. He's not paying the fuel.
I guess he's still doing that.
With the gas guzzler, you have that out.
Okay.
Okay. Ask him to do it. Ask him to do it. Then we talk about the incinerators to facilitate TOR King. $32 million. Folks, an incinerator is a mechanical tool that gets rid of garbage. So by
fire.
Yeah, you can boiler the dollar, you can buy it, you can turn it dust. Monsieur put $20 million. $20 million. Et qui achète ces bails-là, ils pas jamais travaillé. Ces bails-là, là, toujours. They never work. $32 million. How can you do that to us? Huh? And why is he spending that kind of lavish way on foreigners? He stopped $150 US dollar stipend for Julian Alfred.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah, of course. While she was in Jamaica.
Yes. Stop Julian Alfred stipend, $150 via hypocrite. Because you'll say, Sean had a minister's account. You know, all of those things you have done, Shasni. In addition to that, because you are a spendthrift, anybody who questions you, you believe you have the authority to just treat them disdainfully. Even your ministers, look at how you did. You gesticulated for Dominic Fede. You gave him matching orders despite the minister giving an interview to reporters. How you expect persons to come back to you? You are the same one who called us barking dogs and mendicants and monkeys and jackasses. How can we as a people go back to electing you as our prime minister? You know? And on top of all of that, you did spend all our money with all those people, T.O.R. King, Permandu, Ernst & Young, all of those things you did, you turn around and say the country is broke. You know? The country is broke. So folks, we cannot go back to Alan Michael Shasney to be our prime minister. Elections have consequences. And so one of the consequences of UWP winning any elections in the not too distant future is for Alan Michael Shasney to be reinstalled as our prime minister. We can ill afford that. We really, really can. And with that, there are loads, folks. There are loads. Sir Arthur, you know, the university that was supposed to have been here, that he permitted to go to Antigua. A lot of stuff that Shastley has done that have not been in the interest of St. Lucia and St. Lucians.
And now he's promising free tuition.
At the same Saha.
At the same Saha. That's after he told, listen, get off your butts and go and make some money.
Go and make money.
Yes.
That's the same thing he told to the National Trust.
Yes.
He'll stop their subvention until they can generate enough money. Why you didn't tell that to T.O.R. King to buy the incinerators? Why you didn't tell him that to build the bypass road for $15 million? Why you didn't tell him that to get to buy extra land to replace the farmers for another $11 million? Why didn't you tell Pumandu? Why didn't you tell all of those things? But anything. And you know, he would spend millions and millions on those people. And for children to go back to a school, to repair toilets that probably would have cost $20,000, if that much. Shasney has the parents. He has the parents to restore the toilet to its original functionality or face closing the school. Can you believe this, Albert?
Yeah.
Can you believe this, man? And we want to re-elect this man as our prime minister. Nah, can't. Look at St. Jude. Look at the airport. You found St. Jude 3 out of 4 prime ministers were going in one direction with regard to St. Jude. It was started under Stevenson King. Kenny Anthony, knowing full well that this would benefit the people of the South. He did not flinch. He did not blink an eye. He continued. He continued, and here comes Alan Shastney. You stop it. Go and build a box. Cost us $170 million. Today the box is just there standing, and the box could still not have been used without the original St. Jude. And 11 days before election, 11 days, you want to issue a contract for $70 million with a penalty clause of 1% interest per day. How can you be in our interest, Shasti? How can you be?
What was the fella who said he never did bubble in government?
Guy.
Guy Joseph. So you mentioned the airport a while ago. Yeah. Remember the bidding process, which was a farce.
A&M.
Yes, they had this bidding process. So there were three bidders, Richard. A&M
came last. And he get it redone.
Yes. And he said, I as the minister, I'm not signing off on that unless A&M is at the top.
Yes.
Right? Why, Guy Joseph? Why was that? Why did you decide that you're not signing off on the winner of the bid? Right? So bid rigging. So A&M has to be. And well, Richard,
it's really. Now let's touch on some of the good policies that we have rolled out.
Yes.
Okay? The devices, one laptop per child.
That's correct.
Back in order. Back in order.
Back on stream.
Back on stream. Pensioners, those of you that were getting $100 and something a month.
When that was just capped at that.
It was capped.
Not moving.
Not moving at all. No movement.
It was not affected by increases in salaries or anything like that.
Of the public servants.
Of the public sector, yeah.
Not only did this administration set it at a minimum, in some cases it tripled. It tripled. That is over a 200% increase. In addition to that, the pension is now tied to any increment received by civil servants. So if there is an increase, your pension increases.
Well, by the way, I think $600 hit my account yesterday.
Really?
Yes. How much hit yours?
I don't know.
No, that was a $600 to pensioners. Philip JPI, you're not aware. Yes, Philip JPI paid $600 to pensioners yesterday.
Oh, I didn't even know, man.
But why would you know? Why would you know? So yes, man, that hit my account yesterday. So pensioners,
yes,
right, got $600 yesterday.
Yeah, and the increase in the pensions are both to government and NIC workers. The police. Which government has ever taken care of police like the way Philip J.
The only one who came close is Dr. Kennedy Anthony.
Yeah, he built several
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
As a matter of fact, Black Boy, could you put up the picture of the Northern Divisional Police Headquarters for me? Yes. You see, that sat on Shastney's desk for 5 years. He refused to do it because it wasn't his brainchild. Okay, just like he had refused to do the administrative building in Viewford, he stopped St. Jude, he did not do the library market, he didn't do the wellness center in Larry Shoe's Dennery, a lot of stuff.
And he wanted to shove the police in the industrial estate.
Yes, where the Star is.
That's right.
The Star Publishing. Folks, this is the current Northern Divisional Police Headquarters, which I understood is about 95% complete. So we are getting there. You could take it down. Then we have an increase that is...
Richard, you think I could re-enlist?
The police force?
Yeah, in the police force.
Well, first and foremost, we have to change the retirement age of this country.
But listen, look at this, man. This is so inviting.
Yes, it is inviting. Indeed it is. But Albert, you can build yourself an inviting one too. Yeah, then you have, I was saying, second to Stephenson King, the highest increase to civil servants was by this government. And the minimum wage.
The minimum wage.
Yes, Aaron Alexander Goodnight, every time he speaks on the platform, he says, if it's one thing he respects the government for, is institutionalization of the minimum wage. So that at least workers will with a certain degree of dignity.
Yes.
You know.
Now, I must tell you, Richard, I was speaking to a young lady, intelligent young lady, right? Intelligent young lady, and she was saying, yes, I like the minimum wage, but it's not enough. Right? I said to her, good night. You know who I'm talking to. I'm talking about. Good night to you. I said to her, listen, you had a situation where there was no minimum wage. And of course,
you could have been paid anything.
You had people paying free something at the hotels.
Yeah.
A fortnight.
Yeah.
Right? Now you've got the minimum. And I said to her, listen, you have to understand what the minimum wage is. It's not Philip J. Pierre who sat back and said, okay, I'm paying so much. That's not what it is.
Like that.
There was a committee, right,
understand
who had to deal with that. And I said to her, you need to understand something. When you're dealing with a minimum wage, you don't look at it from one side, you know. You have to look at it from the side of the employee, yes.
That's good.
You also have to look at it from the side of the employer.
Yeah, you have to get the Chamber of Commerce involved.
Right.
Because you have to strike a balance.
You have to strike a balance.
What the Chamber could have said, or what the employers could have said, okay, that's your minimum wage, I'm closing down my business.
Yeah.
Or I'm letting off some of my workers. So you need to strike a balance.
Strike a balance.
That is why they had a committee to examine what it is, the pros, the cons, and to find the level at which we can, one, maintain our current employment status in terms of percentage of employment, and two, not putting employers at a disadvantage. For probably a month or so, they were taking home less money. But again, because the minimum wage injected much more money into the economy, there was more disposable income,
yes.
and therefore more money circulated,
Circulating.
and the employers now recouped whatever monies they deemed to have been losses in the initial period.
Yep.
So, you know,
it is not an exact science, but there was science brought into it.
Of course, they had to.
Yeah.
So it was a team of persons who did that. Then you have the youth economy, Albert. You know, the youth economy, I mean, and that is why we enjoyed 4 years of consecutive growth. Then we had a hiatus from 1992, 33 years of stagnation. The economy of this country had not grown for 3% or more for any 3 consecutive years. And under Philip Joseph Pierre, this current government, we have had 4 years
four consecutive years.
and then we will have a 5th come March next year. You know, so the country is doing well. St. Jude is completed. As a matter of fact, with all the brouhaha they were making, I saw somebody saying that they went to the physiotherapy unit, and you know how immaculate the place was, and they are actually operating from there now. That section of it. So you know, the completion of a hospital does not automatically. When a builder builds a house for you and he hands you your keys, you don't go and live there the same night. You move in, you put your curtains, you buy your fridge, you buy your stove, you clean the place, clean your windows, you do all of that. But
there's what's the defects liability period.
Yes.
For some snagging work.
Yeah, for snagging
if
work.
required.
If it's required. But I'm not even going there. I'm going into total completion and the time when you can actually operationalize the structure. Because if you know a contractor hands you the keys today of your house that he builds for you, according to the contractual arrangement, you don't want to sleep there the same night. You might have to install your AC. You want to put your bed, your wardrobe, you carry your clothes, do everything. You know, fix your toilets with nice mats and blah, blah. You know, so I really did not understand how Flambeaus could have been making an issue with the handing over.
Nitpicking.
That's what they do.
You know?
That's what they do. But you see, Albert, no longer. Last night I said, so they told me somebody took offense. I said 46 years ago, the only election Mikey Pilgrim had won was in 1979. Persons were not astute with awareness as they are now. You understand? So it made even now you might deem somebody more intelligent than 46 years ago. The reason being, he has more tools of learning at his disposal. Anybody can go on the net.
Information
now.
is readily available.
Exactly. I would see something I don't know it. I would just go on my Chrome How many elections did Mikey Pilgrim win and in what years? Whoop, it just comes up. So, those things are readily available now, and it makes a population now more aware. Plus avant, because you voulez savent, si ou même pas ça fait issue, ça fait ba wala internet là. So I didn't mean anything when I said that. All I meant is the information now is more readily available. Okay? Albert, what next? Tell me.
I thought you were going.
Yeah. Where you thought?
No, you spoke of the youth economy, and we did not speak, you just mentioned the youth economy.
Yes.
But Richard, the youth economy, because I was looking at, I was going through the
statistics.
Yes. And Richard, it's going well. The youth economy is doing better than I thought.
I said on my platform not too long ago, there will be a cadre of millionaires in this country not too long from now. And they would have to basically thank the implementation of the youth economy for their success.
Yes. And then what's this thing about handout and hand up? Well, Titus Privel, your partner, right? Handout and hand up. He said, like this, the SLP is into handouts, and the UWP is into hand up. And I don't know where he's getting that from, this hand up thing. I don't know where he's getting that from. And I come in, if you'll allow me, let me just say this, Richard, concerning Titus Privel. Titus Privel, crunch time. We have to be honest now. Your brother, Claudius Privel, was in the belly of the United Workers' Party, right? You were there as well, but you're more peripheral than him, right? Your brother was in the belly of the United Workers' Party. When your brother dared to challenge Alan Chastney for the leadership of the party, which is part of the democratic process, not so?
Yeah, supposedly.
Supposedly, part of the democratic process. He challenged for the leadership of the party, and Alan Chastney destroyed him. Did all sorts of things to your brother. When it could have simply been a matter of, okay, well, you challenge whatever, you didn't win, I won, okay, fine. Okay, let's move on. But he destroyed your brother, right? And you are going. Lucius or Lucius. Lucas. Or worse yet, your sisters. You will embrace that person? You will embrace that person?
Never.
Something is wrong with you, Titus Privel. Something is wrong with you.
And not only that, the electorate must read into that.
Yes.
Because if you cannot have harmony with your
brother,
who is
you
your
cannot
brother,
show solidarity
and father, will you show any kind of solidarity with me that is not related to you at all?
Your brother, Zodek Alite and some Mem Kaila and everything grew up together. That stands for nothing to you, that you will now embrace this Chastney fella who has done this to your brother. Something is wrong with you, my brother. Something is wrong with you. Definitely. Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah. Then we have the halls of justice.
Halls of justice, indeed.
Oh, Lord.
Indeed. You coming back to practice?
Oh, I rather suspect. Given the kind of
environment
in which we will operate,
yes,
I probably might tell myself, let me enter the echelons of some good, proper practicing space. And let me enjoy the ambience.
Yes.
The halls of justice, everything right there. Heavily under construction, going up well. And obviously, when you see that tall crane in our city, it basically gives you the impression that the city is being developed at a very rapid pace. And I'll tell you this, Albert, I'm thinking down the line. I'm just thinking aloud. You see that place where I knocked down the CDC building and we now use it as a parking lot?
Yes.
I see that crane coming there very soon.
Yeah.
To put up, because
something has to come up there. It cannot continue as a parking lot. Yes.
And we will, trust me, under my leadership, we will not put any fly-by-night building there. We're going to put something proper. Because you see, Albert, we have government pays about $70 million a year in rent. Alan took it up from 30-something and he almost doubled it.
He gave it to his father, his mother,
yes,
his sister and himself.
He almost doubled it.
Yes.
And if we can put up a building and save government at least $3 million a month, I could tell you that would be,
significant savings.
Significant,
Yes.
and it would be, so I'm exploring Castries Central. Before I finish explore, you all have to put me back in. But trust me, I cannot make promises with that location. But once the developer approaches me, approaches us, approaches the government, I will be putting both of my hands up in terms of developing the city. Because one of the things I've said, and I always say on platform, give me another term. From the city where I say hi, next 5 years, we look like Dubai.
Yeah, actually, we should. As you're talking, I've gone off there on my own tangent, thinking of a building
right there
at that location.
Yeah,
I'm there thinking of it. Now, forgive me if I say 5 floors.
No, but we're going more.
Oh, okay, all right.
We're going more.
Okay,
going more. We're going more than definitely. But it is something that we will be looking at in the not too distant future. I promise I will be working on it as soon as I get in. Because another thing, and it's in the manifesto, which I can mention now, we are going to have a bus terminal in the gardens.
A proper terminal.
A proper bus terminal in the gardens, so that we can get all the minibuses off the streets, rid the streets of the minibuses, have one central bus terminal. I believe that we are contemplating 2, one for the north, one for the south. But for now, I can tell you, all plans are afoot. Drawings are being worked upon to get a terminal building constructed in the gardens. And folks, once Richard Frederick is the district rep of Castries, in the next 5 years, those will be achievements that will happen under my belt. The halls of justice in the city, our bus terminal in the city, and hopefully a high rise. Once the investor comes forward, a high rise building right where that parking lot was. Folks, all I want to do is when I'm gone, there will be enough for persons to say, Richard Frederick did this, Richard Frederick did that, Richard Frederick did this, Richard Frederick did that. And that is what a lot of politicians in this country, and none in Castries Central can see. None. So from Serenity Park to the Jeremy Street Plaza to the Darling Road Plaza to the gardens, name it. But I'm not done yet. We are coming. That bus terminal is coming. It is coming. By next term, the Halls of Justice is completed. It will be completed. Then the GPH port will be completed. It will be completed. And then I'm looking for a high rise where that parking lot was. So I'm not here to waste time. I'm here to deliver on the goodies. And trust me, no other one can make it happen apart from your humble servant. Good. Now, the first generation scholarships again, TVET schools, the reinstatement of the subvention to the distress fund, Albert. Any one of them you want to expound?
Yeah, let's just touch the education.
Yes.
Richard, the Labour Party, right? There's no denying that. There's no arguing that. The Labour Party, between the two parties, UWP and Labour Party, the Labour Party is the party for education, right? They have established that from way back in the days of George Odlum, right? There are things that happened back then when George Odlum saw scholarships from Cuba, way back then.
Yes.
Lots of professionals are going around the place today.
Cuban trained.
Yes, they're Cuban trained. Yeah. But not only that, some of them, right, were detained at VG Airport at the time.
Why?
They were detained because it was thought that, look, these are subversives.
Yeah.
Right?
They're too much on the left.
Yes.
It's like the Libya kind of people.
Right. And Cuba was, the West had us thinking Cuba was a pariah state.
Not necessarily the West. You know which country was behind that. Anyway,
right. So these professionals, George Odlum had sourced the scholarship, right? It's SLP, scholarships and so on. So here were these people, and they were detained and everything, but they still managed to go and all that kind of thing. But anyway, the bottom line, Richard, is that the SLP is the party for education. So look at what Philip JP has done. I wouldn't have even thought of that, right? Because I was talking to somebody, and I said, we're talking about the one university grad per household. And we thought, okay, fine. It's the foundation for that would be the CSEC, the CXE exams, right? That's the foundation for it. But when that's not the foundation for it, you know. Philip JP thought, no, that's not the foundation. The foundation is from the preschool.
Preschool, early childhood education. And mind you, and that is why I coined the phrase, you are taken care of from the womb
to the tomb.
Because early childhood education.
First of all, they take it in mothers, whilst you're in the belly.
Free care.
Free this, that.
Right. So they take care of you there. Early childhood education, facilities, for CXC paid. Everything from secondary to tertiary, you know.
Yes.
Everything. And then one scholarship.
No, but from preschool.
Yeah, from preschool. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You just ride through.
You know, so this is the party for education, right? From preschool, taking you right through your education, you know, until you get to your CSEC. So four exams paid for. And the man is saying, listen, that's what we're paying for now, but we want to go for more.
We want to go to 6.
Right? So that's paid for.
Yes.
Richard, you heard the testimony of the doctor.
Yes,
from Deriso.
Yes, she said how they had to put monies together to pay her CXC.
Yes, her mother was saving that little money and everything.
Those little monies.
And she herself was, on tenterhooks because she was concerned.
Where's
that money going to come from?
She contemplated not even writing CXC.
Yes.
Because she felt she was imposing a burden
on her mother. I can identify with that. Yeah. When I was going to comprehensive, there were school activities that I did not tell my grandmother about.
Yeah, because you felt you were putting a burden.
But no. So she would come, Ishmael, South Africa, Panley culture, no, ma'am, no school. That's what I would tell her. But there was a school activity. And I did not want to put that on her. There's another person, right, who spoke of dropping out of school. Right? I can't remember her name now. She posted on Facebook. She dropped out of school because they could not afford the CXEs. Right now, she's qualified. She has gone on to university and everything. And she's got a number of qualifications. I'm very proud of her. I don't know her. Very proud of her. But the point is that she dropped out of school because they could not pay the CXEs. That's not happening again.
At all. Alvin Kanai over in St. Croix asked me to ask St. Lucians, are you better off in the past 4.5 years of Philip J. Pierre or in the over 5 years that Shastri was Prime Minister?
Precisely.
And that's a very, very good question, Alvin, because at the end of the day, there's absolutely no doubt that the average St. Lucian is much better off. Karen Crafton, good night to you. Victor Girard, good night to you. He said it boggles me why Alan never indicted, not taken before the special prosecutor. It's alleged you receive money, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to go on with that. Bobby Maitland, good night to you. Good night. He said Mikey Pilgrim is looking for attention. Oh yes, Alpha reminds me of the land to do the wind farm. All studies had been done. Everything had been completed. And the price of electricity would have gone down tremendously had the wind farm come on stream. And all government had to do to make the process seamless was to acquire the land. The man was willing to pay and deposit the money in the treasury. But Shastri, he permitted that to go.
Yes.
And
he said, my government has no interest in this.
Exactly.
That's what he said. So blasé.
Yes.
My government has no interest in this.
And then signed with...
And telling the man, you go and find the landowners and pay them. A fool's errand. The man is from Texas.
And the man died.
He died, yes.
Everything was on stream. But when he signed the deal with Tioa King,
he went and acquired land all over the place.
And not only that, he told Tioa King, sell the passports and put the money in any account you want.
Yes.
So folks, honestly, we dare not, for the sake of our children, grandchildren, and others, we cannot afford to take those chances with Alan Shastri again. Somebody says that they are suing me because from the womb to the tomb is their phrase. Don't do a shaste. Master Wong, good night to you. You have my vote, and I brought in 5 other voters, still looking for more. Thank you, Master Wong. Yes, Peter the Great. Oh, yes, he says he's watching over in Canada. Good night to you. Cletus, good night to you. Yes, you said it's sorted out now. But folks, honestly, honest, we really can't afford. Cutty Ranks, Hidden Thomas, good night to you. Antonius Remy, Glenda, Nigel St. Clair Rossini, Vernon Huggins, good night, my brother Kishma Prosper. Greg, again, good night to you. Good night. You know, and I'm being told that Ralph has lost the election. It's a 10-5 in favor of the NDP. Yes, so let's go back to unemployment. And because of all those policies, the youth economy, the MSME program, the assistance to fishers, the assistance to farmers, unemployment has gone down to 8 point. We're in the single digits, the lowest on record.
So actually, Richard, young people who would have themselves been unemployed find themselves being employers.
Of course. Because of the youth economy.
Yes.
Of course. And then you have, facilities fees for everybody. And the thing is...
And construction.
Oh, we can hardly get persons. Yes. You can hardly get anybody. I remember we were in the house, and sad to say that the United Workers' Party, what they do is they find all kinds of ways to inculcate a mechanism for preferential treatment. So Bradley, when we were doing the facilities fees, he said, why pay facilities fees for so and so? Let's put in place a set of criteria. From you do that, Albert, it is the recipe for discrimination.
Of course.
You understand? It is better to pay for 10 persons whose parents can afford than to put in criteria and you discriminate against the children of 200 people who didn't vote for you.
Yes, indeed.
You understand?
Isn't that the same nonsense Shasni was talking about the subsidies on
rice, flour, and sugar? Exactly. It is better to give hoteliers the subsidy than to deprive. And then he stopped it. He stopped the rice, flour, and sugar for persons that needed it. Mary Steele, good night to you.
But Richard, and that's the thing, the man says he's an economist, right? I don't know, he probably missed the whole economy thing. But Richard, isn't turnover a good thing for profit making?
Of course.
And the lower you can sell your goods, right? Isn't the greater your chances of turnover?
Of course.
Right?
Because what it is, you see, although the meaning of the word entrepreneur means risk-taking, and the objective is profit maximization, there's another school of thought that goes, you can reduce on your profit for greater turnover. So at the end,
be making the profit
more money. You'll be making more money. Not necessarily.
Not per unit.
Exactly. Yeah. Not more profit per unit, but your turnover is such that at the end of the year, you could have generated 20 million in sales as opposed to 10 million. And that 20 million in sales, if 10% or 20% would represent your profit margin, then invariably 20% of 20 million is more money than... But yesterday I was listening to a guy. Dexter was speaking to a guy. And he's involved in painting and blah, blah, blah. And I'm hearing him saying, and it's ignorance that causes that. You see me, I not drop in my price. And I'm just saying, I didn't tell him, but that's the heights of ignorance. You're not dropping your price in a competitive world, in a competitive environment, in a place where you can turn over many more jobs if your price is a little less. You probably want to stay for 1 month when you could have had 5 within that same month.
Yes.
And it's that kind of foolish, I not drop in my price. And I'm saying,
I hear Shasney talking about Martinicans coming down here to buy bags of this and bags of that. Who cares? The stock is stock turnover.
You
When the
know.
Martinicans come and get it, it's stock. You need more stock.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Yeah, Alisco, I said that. Alisco reminded me, don't forget, Shazzy wanted the parents of the kids to fix the toilets that they damaged. Yes, indeed. So, folks, there is a lot. Today, contracts of 10,000 and less are exempted from tax. You know, we gave a lot of reprieve.
A small contractor who met me and he told me, boy, fridges. So when the Prime Minister did that, boy,
You
that
know.
helped me so much. Yeah.
Yes, and there is no income tax if you make, I think, $25,000 a year. Once you make $2,000 or less a month, you do pay income tax. I mean, there is so much the government has done that no one should ever think twice about voting this government again. Albert, are we going to take some calls?
I think we should take some calls.
Okay,
yes.
we'll take some calls. Let's open the lines now. We have left out a lot, folks, because the policies by this government are so. Some of you may be asking for clips. Some of you may be asking for this. Some of you may be asking for that. But the opportunity to disseminate information, especially now, is of critical importance because, you know, some of those things need to remain stamped on your minds. You have to ask yourself, will this jackass, will this backing dog, will this monkey go and vote to make Alan Shastney Prime Minister again? And if the answer is no, a vote for anybody that represents the United Workers' Party is a vote to make Alan Shastney Prime Minister again. We have a caller on the line. Good night. Can I help you? Hello?
It seems to be ringing.
Hello?
Hello, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, yes.
Okay, I'm calling from the People's Republic of Labrie, and the mood is red, and we are ready.
Very good.
Yes.
I just want to let them know that don't let the election result in St. Vincent make you all change your mind. That will not determine the result in St. Lucia. St. Vincent is St. Vincent. So a lot of people already, even some of my friends, they telling me, it will not happen. Never.
Very
And I say one good term deserves another.
Thank you.
So Team RF continue the great work.
Thank
Boswe Albert, Boswe Tutmun. Make sure we make it our duty on Monday to go out and vote because the mood is red.
Yes, it is indeed. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Kem Joseph Hamilton said, Albert, remember my drink from the $600.
Yes, sir. You know, she came down yesterday. I think she came down she lives in Texas.
Okay.
So she sent a message to me, I'm coming down to vote.
Right, to vote. We have another caller. Good night. Can I help you? Hello?
Good night.
Good night.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Good night.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, Comrade Richard.
Hey.
Permit me to call on to all your voters, all Liberites, and all people who are standing on the line in Central Castries. Confirm yourself. Make sure you vote my brother Richard Frederick. We need him. And I want to, as usual, as maybe my last time I'm saying it, I want to call on every one of us who voted in the last election for the St. Lucia Labour Party. We should carry along. Now I'm going to raise the bar. We should try to get at least 10 persons to go with us and make sure that we return and protect and save St. Lucia from the United Workers' Party. Save St. Lucia. Vote the St. Lucia Labour Party. And I want to say that all those of us who are prayerful people, we should pray heavily, ask God to save our country. We need that. And Brother Richard and your host, I want to thank you all for all the information that you've given us throughout this tenure. But I want to ask a question. I've been trying to find the manifesto of the United Workers' Party, and it doesn't seem to be online.
They removed it.
And I don't have a friend to give me a copy. Do you know anything about that? Because I heard some people say that they pull it out.
That's what I heard, but I'm so disinterested in their affairs that I will not take time to delve into what they do and what they don't do. But I've been so instructed.
Yeah, but I want to end and say that it was a very good job. Whosoever prepared our manifesto and our progress report, fine job. And I encourage all of us to get at it. Those who have not had a look at it, get at it, so that we can confirm our decision. Brothers, have a blessed night, and who shall bless, no man curse.
Thank you.
Yes, night.
Thank you. And on that note, let me invite all the people in Castries North and Castries Central. We're having a huge joint meeting tomorrow night at Mondido around the school area. Tomorrow night at Mondido, the Patriot and Castries Central. We converge on Mondido, where we are expected to have a very, very big meeting. We converge upon that. And on Sunday, Team RF, all Castries Central, there'll be buses, say you guys. We want to do a whistle stop for 3 hours, 1 to 4. 1 to 4. I want everybody at the houses by 6 o'clock. So we are doing a 3-hour whistle stop from 1 to 4. We stop at 4 on the dot, so persons can probably have a short chat and go home. So tomorrow night, we are with Stevenson King at Mondido, and on Sunday, a whistle stop from my building. We have a caller on the line. Good night. Good night. Hello.
Apparently, there's an issue with that.
We have lost that caller.
Right.
Yeah. We have another one. Good night. Can I help you?
Hello?
Yeah, good night.
Hello?
Yes, hello, good night.
Hello, good night?
Yeah, good night. I'm hearing you.
Good night, Mr. Richard.
Good night.
Hello?
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, man.
We're having some technical problems there, black boy. No, but they're not hearing me.
Yeah, we hearing you.
You hearing me?
Yeah.
All right, well, go ahead then.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I say, you know, you're so sure that your vote is secure with me that you have been avoiding me. I see you come in the little hole by me anymore.
Who's that?
If I ask you when last you had a small drink, you will not be able to tell me.
Who's that? Malcolm, that's you.
Someone you made a promise to.
A promise?
Yeah, promise. Yeah, I've been at you since days of Angel. Yeah. You will not be able to guess. Let me help you. In a little hole in Lafontaine there.
Yeah, bro, just just go on with it. Tell them the minister what it is.
Yeah. Well, I just want you to know I have 2 votes there for you. If I have to pursue you another 5 years, I will.
Thank you.
When I see you, I will remind you, you made a promise to me.
A promise?
Finish a little road and retaining walls.
A promise?
I mentioned it to the Prime Minister this morning on the radio 100. And he says it's something they're looking into. But it's you I really need to get in touch with.
Okay, bro, if I may just say something here. The minister has a lot of people to deal with, and sometimes he can tell you so and so, and it's for you to follow up with him. He may not remember, you know. It's for you to follow up, you know. So do the right thing and ensure that you follow up with the minister after elections. Follow up with him.
Yeah, man. I'm following up with him, you know. I'm following up with him. I really need to applaud him for all the work he have done in Castries from the day he decided to come into government. He have supported me personally if I start saying things, he'll remember. But I don't want to,
Yeah, well, there's really no need for this, and
refresh his
we want to
memory
take
right
some more
now.
calls, brother. All I would say to you is follow up with the minister after elections.
Well.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Rossini. Yeah, okay. I think I know who it is. He said I promised a road and everything. I don't know about that one.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good night. Can I help you?
Yeah, I wasn't hearing y'all. Y'all not coming out too loud. But anyhow, let me say this,
Yes.
Richard. Good night, Albert, before you get jealous.
Good night.
Listen to this. One of the things we need to ensure is that on Monday, December 1st, there is no other reason Mr. Pierre chose December 1st, because when you take your index finger and you raise it, it's 1. December 1st, you use that index finger and you put it in the ink. Ensure you place the cross by Richard Frederick, Stevenson King, and all of the candidates of the St. Lucia Labour Party. One of the most important things we need to do is to ensure that every single person who is of age to vote, who has been coming out to the rallies from Sunday to Wednesday to whatever day, shows up on Monday to re-endorse the continuation of the governance of the St. Lucia Labour Party under the able guidance of Honorable Philip Joseph Pierre. Guys, get home safely. Lady, say lady. Hearing it? Bye-bye.
Yes. Yes, they said, let the public know it's the brother of Shaf who died, not Shaf. Because Shaf got a few calls today saying that they thought he had died. Shaf is alive and well. I spoke to him yesterday, I could tell you that. And I was also told to explain to people that you have your time to vote. You have time to vote. Your employer must give you the time to vote, minimum 2 hours. We have a call on the line. Good night. Can I help you?
Yes, I want to be on the air with Mr. Frederick.
Yes, you're on the air.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Mr. Frederick, that's me. Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Frederick, that's me, Gilbert here from Gilbert House.
Oh, yes, you're the one. Can you give that some volume for me, please? Yeah, I was saying I don't know you, but I played your clip.
I want to give Pilgrim a little piece more. That he forgot that he is the one that threw the mace outside Parliament. I was sitting in Parliament that day. And then he forgot that time. He forgot that day.
What did he do? He threw the mace out of Parliament?
Yes. He hold the mace and throw it outside the Parliament.
Yes.
And then he forgot also he's the one that broke out the Central Labour Party.
That did what?
He broke the Central Labour Party government. He broke it down that day. Also, he mashed up the government that time. And Pilgrim was never a prime minister. Pilgrim was an interim prime minister. They put Pilgrim there as interim prime minister just to focus on the election. There was no government at that time.
And there's a school of thought that seemed to say that his appointment was unlawful, eh?
Yes.
So,
that.
Yes.
We know that very well too. So Pilgrim, his political career has been ended, just like Josie's political career. These two people have no political career in St. Lucia anymore.
Yes. 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 I'm aware. All right.
So when they're coming out there and telling St. Lucian, like, don't vote for Labour Party, don't vote for this, don't vote for that. Pilgrim trying to do the same thing that he do in 82.
Yeah.
Breaking the St. Lucia Labour Party.
That would happen
We're
again.
not going to give Pilgrim that chance at all again.
People are smarter now, Brother Pierre.
So, as I said in my clip this tonight, I am warning Central Casting people. Please, please, please don't listen to Pilgrim. They know who there for them, and they know which government that's there for them. So vote their district rep back into office and vote our government back into office.
Thank you.
We cannot go back again.
Thank you very much.
And the other thing again is that no Gage can do that anymore. Shasne and his wife and his daughter doing Gage. I never knew Shasne wife is not Gage. So now I get to know that.
Yeah, well, we all saw it. We all saw it. But caller, thanks. Let me take a couple more calls before we leave the place. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Black boy, we don't have enough volume inside here. I don't know what's happening, but the volume over here is very, very low, and I was literally forcing myself to hear. We have another caller. We'll just take 2 more calls, and I'll make my final appeal to the people of this country to go out on Monday morning, God willing, and do what? All right, well, let's just cut off the calls. Albert, make your final appeal to the people before I do mine.
Yes. Someone said that, we have not been using the Creole.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to make my final appeal in Creole. Bon, premier part, moi, je voulais adresser Jean Aslawe Kanawi. Zot ni un jeune homme là, Ben Girard. Ça, c'est un jeune homme qui est bon cerveau, indiqué. Et puis, moi, je dis autres, l'année, un ministre gouvernement qui parle bon moi, et puis dit moi, that Wayne Girard, c'est un de ses plus meilleurs ministres là, qui n'est, là, qui a fait travail. Bon, zone pour venir l'orgueil, zone pour apprécier jeune homme ça zot ni. Right? Qui côté zot connaît comment est encore? Kokolorom. Côté zot connaît li. Ek monsieur vle voyer quand il monter, puis ça ti ba la pas nous respect. Ils ont pas anti chance au parlement, quand il veut de respecter mon parlement, veut de respecter Kenny, veut de monsieur pas un homme pour zot mettre en parlement. Right? Wayne Girard, c'est un homme, right? Il est respectable, il a peu de temps pour faire des affaires. Là, vous regardez Wayne Girard dans le Parlement, il juste là peu de temps pour faire des affaires. Et là, il pour faire contribution au Parlement, il a fait contribution, il a fait chassance. Right? Quand il bien catché les signes pour dire. Et puis, Wayne Girard, j'ai travaillé à Slawe Kanawi. Right? Il y a un problème. Le problème là, c'est qu'il n'y a pas qu'à parler de ça qu'il a fait. Il pas qu'à parler ça, il a fait. Avec Wayne a fait un chèque, il pas qu'à parler de ça. So, ça c'est là pour Wayne savent that lui. Il est pour 10 personnes qui ça il a fait. Là, il fait un bail. Politique, c'est pas bagaille en sigouise. L'année, on a bon là, Richard Frederick. La pas en sigouise en politique, Richard Frederick. Il est pour faire moun savent ça il a fait. Because c'est ça qui est politique. Right? Moun ni pour savent ça il a fait. So, when Girard m'a dit ça, bail Wayne, mettez Wayne vieux. Mettez vieux en parlement pour continuer à faire bon travail en place là, en Slawe Kanawi. Bon, moi dit Jean Soud Castui, non, Soud sur les vents. South Castries, Southeast. Ça c'est Lisa Jawai, Guy Joseph. Lisa Jawai, Zokaway. Zokaway, ça c'est un monde qui n'a chai énergie. Et puis connaître passe là, il tout partout. Il veut connaître ces monde, il connaît ces monde là. Il connaît problèmes autres. Et puis Lisa qui a gardé un problème autres et puis un backward with Philippe J. Pierre. Right? Ils n'ont pas voulu mener un homme. Toutes les macadéis, côté ces bagailles l'hôpital là, il prend. Côté ces bagailles l'hôpital là, il écrit lettre pas joie. Combien de millions de bagailles? Après ce cadeau, il n'a jamais fait bobol. Right? Combien de millions de dollars? Lettre pas joie. Il écrit des. OK? Ces bagailles l'hôpital là, côté ces bagailles ça, il disparaît. Il prend les parties, il fait ça, il développe. Nous pas voulons misser en politique nous encore. Bay jeune madame ça là, chance là pour y entrer au parlement pour y travailler bay autres. Puisque jeune madame ça encore ça jeune madame qui parle pour travailler. OK? Bay chance là pour y travailler bay autres. Bon. J'en donne demain, une fois que demain aussi moi donne. Moi donne demain aussi moi faire appel moi. So moi descend Miku, Sud Miku. Shanda Harak Singh. Right? Dr. Shanda Harak Singh. Docteur Jean Mikou, Soud Mikou, ça c'est riche zot qui là. Ils connaissent les depuis, il était en bout de maman. Riche zot qui là, ils savent les fêtes, ils savent aller à l'école, des ruisseaux. Ils savent, parce qu'il était un bon team, mouel bagay, bon cerveau, il allait l'autre pays à étudier, il fait docteur, il vit ouais, qui live zot. Right? Mounsa, là, moun fait docteur, Mounsa, ça y est, n'a toi avec n'importe qui côté il veut. Right? Puisque il y a toujours besoin, especially pour l'Angleterre. L'Angleterre besoin, non, si il y a besoin de docteur, c'est pas ça. Si il te veut, ça fait tout, c'est pas ça. OK? Mais il vit la Kaili. Parce qu'il veut aider, c'est moun nia. Pas faire les way. Nom ça là, pas connaître zot, pas connaître li, Alan Chasney. Nom ça a venu pour servir zot. Il te allé à garder qui côté te ça servir, il va faire un coup de souffrir. C'est juste souffrir pas accepter. Et puis il vient là côté autres là. Pas faire les ouais ça encore. Puisque non ça pas mêler les autres, il mêle quoi? Bay Shanda Harak Singh, Chandali Harak Singh, bay chance là pour ça travailler bay autres. C'est ça money pour les autres. Et puis le reste cette ici, you all know what it is already. You all know the mood. Right? You all don't know the mood already, the rest of St. Lucia. Just do this thing on Monday. You have a prime minister in Philippe J. Pierre who has shown you that he's concerned about you. Philippe J. Pierre concerné about manière dont il vivent, ça il fait by autres. C'est pas là il a combien de millions pour buy foreigner et faire toute qualité de magie ça. Non. Philippe J. Pierre has shown that his policies are directed at the average person, and not just that, you know. His policies touch everybody, whether you average or better than average. His policies touch everybody. So, on Monday, make no mistake about it. Make no mistake. Our island is being run very well. Things are going well. According to the fellows from the valley. Page one, sir. Leave it as it is. Good night.
Yes, folks. J. Stanley, good night to you. Rachel Cassius, good night. Teacher Fifi, good night to you. Trenton, good night. Top, good night to you. Good night to Makafa. Mark, good night. Secure, good night. Carrington Compton and all the others, good night. I want to say good night to ex-ASP Stanislas. Good night to you. Chef Thaddeus, wherever you are. Good night to you. Milky Xavier. Good night. Sabi Gustav. Good night. Jeremy, I understood that your birthday is on Saturday. Good night to you. Boapatat, Asa, and Desmond. Good night. Good night, Pat. Good night, Compton. Teacher Fifi, and all the others, good night. Folks, Monday is D-Day. Monday is the day when St. Lucians who are eligible to vote are called upon to exercise their franchise. This election, the two quintessential features of this election are, on the one hand, Philip J. Pierre, and on the other, Alan Michael Chasney. We all have seen and experienced the policies ruled out by the two individuals. one for sure has done everything to take the assets of the state and rest them in the hands of a private few, whereas the other has used the state's resources to enhance, to better, to uplift the standard of living of the average St. Lucian. The policies rolled out by Philip Joseph Pierre are cross-cutting. They are not meant for partisan supporters. They are not meant for any sector or any group solely to benefit from. They are meant for each and every person. Not too long ago, in his quest to provide stability to over 2,000 workers whose fate always lie in the hands of the political directorate, Philip Joseph Pierre and his cabinet of ministers, including me, decided to add stability to the lives of those persons, most of whom are single mothers. And so they were made permanent, and all the trappings of permanent employment they attracted. It included, as I said, job stability, security of tenure, and everything else. But that did not sit well with the leader of the opposition, who believed that our fate should always be in his hands. And then he would question, when I become prime minister and I call you to a meeting, in a very threatening tone, as though our lives should never depend, should always depend or be contingent on how he feels about us. The examples of his discrimination are replete, from John in Compton to a lot of dismissals in the public service, a lot of dismissals which have attracted a lot of compensation that this government has had to foot. Our resources have been squandered. Our monies have been squandered. Persons' lives have been taken for granted, and even their livelihoods have been squandered. If you take Philip J. Pierre's report card and you take that of Alan Shastney, it's like chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese. Alan Shastney's highest growth rate was Philip J. Pierre's lowest. What is sad, he blames COVID. COVID did not only hit the doors of St. Lucia. St. Lucia did not stand in isolation to be demolished by COVID. All other islands in the world, all countries in the world were hit by COVID. Yet, our economy contracted by some 23 to 24%, the seventh highest in the world. That came with extreme mismanagement. It came with the policies of a man who knew absolutely nothing about proper management. He took the economy of this country from the best in the OECS and landed it in 2021 as the worst in the OECS. Thank God the Almighty intervened on July 26, 2021, and we have seen recovery. We have seen 4 years of consecutive growth, and I can bet my bottom dollar that come March next year, when the financial year would have ended and those numbers and figures would have been tabulated, that we would have experienced another year of economic growth. It would be 5 consecutive years of economic growth, stopping a 33-year-old hiatus that we last enjoyed since 1992, when bananas were considered green gold. There is no longer green gold, but there is Philip Joseph Pierre. And under Alan Shastney, 2017 is reported as the most corrupt year in our history. A year when our monies disappeared. A year when all contracts were padded. A year when contracts of significant sums were given to friends and family members without due process. Do you remember A&M and the airport? The books are replete rather with examples of the corrupt practices. We can't afford a leader who uses us as tools to get to his final destination, which is prime ministership, and turns back and calls us backing dogs, turns back and calls us mendicants, turn back and call us monkeys, turn back and call us beggars, pigs and dogs, and reminds us of our history. We did not make where we came from. We did not make, or we don't like what our ancestors went through. But here we are, we have turned the pages of colonialism and we look forward to a better life. A better life so that when we become the ancestors of those who will come after us, they will realize the sacrifices we made to get them where they are. But Alan Shastner had no reservation in reminding us that his colonial people, they flogged our ancestors. And then he reminded us by saying, notwithstanding we were elected through the democratic process, that we needed to have been flogged. A painful past which is part of our history, but which is disheartening to us. Our ancestors were thrown at sea after being flogged. They were given little cubicles to survive a voyage over the Atlantic, across the Atlantic. And then to remind us of that, we were the cargo of those colonial masters. We were treated as goods. We were sold for a piece of cloth in some instances. And here we are today. Here we are today. It is not too long ago, as recent as 1952, when we enjoy universal adult suffrage. The right to vote is something that persons believe we can take for granted. But our people fought for it on our behalf. They did what they had to do to ensure right now the only eligibility that is required is to be 18 years and older. But before 1952, you needed to have been of a certain complexion. You needed to have owned an estate. You needed to have owned land to qualify you to vote. We cannot take this right for granted. And you cannot take a right which was fought for, which was wrestled out of the hands of our colonial masters, and take that very right to hand them back the authority over us. For even the Bible tells you, a leader should be chosen from his own clan. We are a black people. We have been dealt a very, very good blow, if you want to call it that, by Philip Joseph Pierre. We have been dealt, well, it cannot be a blow, but we have been dealt goodies. We have been dealt goodies by Philip J. Pierre. His policies, and Albert said it, he put it so clear that there is not one St. Lucian across the length and breadth of this country that have not felt the rollout of the policies of this Philip J. Pierre administration. Each and every one of us have felt it. Whether we like it or not, whether we support the government or not. The old saying is the Hayoshi Medida Ibla. The government has impacted everybody. For when the minimum wage was implemented, it wasn't done for labor supporters. It was done for every St. Lucian. When facilities fees are paid, it's not paid for children of labor supporters. It is paid for everybody. When the laptop program was reinstituted, it is done for everybody. Everything that this government does, there is no criteria that would lend itself to cause discrimination. We don't believe in the Belrose doctrine. For it was this same man who, because 6 opposition constituencies did not vote for him between 2016 and 2021, he starved them of resources. He starved them, prevented them, and Sean, the member for Denry North, he coined a phrase, Pamemo Saksima, Kipeti a Denry North, at my instance. So at the end of the day, folks, we know where equality lies. We know where a man who has the interest of the country at heart. For someone to starve you of resources to assist your constituents for over 5 years and to turn around and for everything you dish out, you give that very person his fair share. This speaks volumes of the character of that leader. He is not as vindictive. He does not carry vindictiveness in him. We don't know where we are going with Alan Shastney. Will he stop jazz and bring it back to the hotels? We don't know. Will he stop the opening of jazz at Masha? Certainly he will. What about the battle relay? What will he do with that? The youth economy, what will he do with that? The free laptops, what will he do with that? Because they said Kigai Kiasa. And I could go on and on and on. But folks, it's a crucial time. It's a crucial decision. You have to do what you have to do. Sustainability of our country on the trajectory at which we are now is what we should move for, or go for, or continue with. Because Philip Joseph Pierre has proven, and I said it on platform, I am one of those who will concede that Sir John George Melvin Compton was aptly described as the father of the nation. With that, I have no difficulty. But I'll tell you this without fear of contradiction. If Philip Joseph Pierre would serve as Prime Minister with the degree of longevity that Sir John enjoyed, I believe he will rightly be called the father of the nation. For he has worked wonders in our circles. He has turned the country around. We are on the right trajectory and we can't afford to go back. Insofar as Castries Central is concerned, judge me by my performance. Judge me by what I have done. Think of Castries Central between 2016 and 2021. And then compare it to what it is now between 2021 and 2025. The transformation is glaring. It hits you straight in the face. We can't afford to gamble. We can't afford to go back to someone who, notwithstanding he was not the district representative, but had all the machinations, all the levers of governance at his disposal. And for 5 years, cannot point to any one thing of significance executed whilst being a minister of government. Not one. Not one. Not even a toilet that was built. So folks, in Castries Central, the choice is clear. It is a very, very clear. You cannot sacrifice progress on the altar of friendship or anything else. As one man told me, I'll vote for him because I was on a gun charge. That is not reason to vote for anybody. When you vote with a conscience. You vote with the interests of your children and grandchildren at heart. You vote for a government that will roll out policies for the benefit of the country, to create a better enabling environment, a better economic environment for the prosperity of all and not a few. So come Monday, a vote for any flabo candidate or a vote for anybody affiliated with the United Workers' Party like Stanley Felix is a vote to make Alan Shastney Prime Minister of this country again. Something we can ill afford. I urge you across the length and breadth of St. Lucia, across the length and breadth of St. Lucia, Diriso, Tiroche, support Shanda. I urge you to support Shanda. In Ancillary, I urge you to support Wayne. And of course, in Castries Southeast, the choice is clear. Lisa Jawai. Folks, let's make the right decision. Let's do the right thing. I've always said this. You cannot vote because a man gave you $200 to vote for him. Don't weaponize your vote. Don't use your vote as any kind of, as a prostitute. Don't use your vote as that. Use your vote as your weapon, as your as your right, rather, to be involved in the decision-making process. That is when you are involved in the decision-making process, not when your vote is sold, not when a politician pays you $200 and turns his or her back on you. So, folks, I will end here by saying this. Oh yes, I was in Babono on Monday, was it? On Monday. And I had to take Danny Butcher. I know you're okay. You are okay. You are okay. You are very okay, Danny Butcher. John Paul in Babono. I know the people in Babono have never, ever, ever been in opposition. Never. History shows that. And the Babono people, I believe I call them the wisest voters. They are the wisest voters because they know where to vote, and they all see how the wind is blowing. They see which direction the ship is sailing. And so I urge you all in Babono to go with the winning team. There's absolutely no doubt the St. Lucia Labour Party, myself and Stevenson King, will be in the next government. We will form the next government. We will win. So I'm urging Babono to come on board. Don't find yourselves for the first time on the opposite side of history. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday is D-Day. It's the day when you mark our report cards, when you either tell us you approve of what we've done or you don't. I know for Philip J. Pierre, his approval rating is extremely high. And the polls show that he is the most popular politician in St. Lucia at this time. Your humble servant is not far from that. Your humble servant is not far from that. But Philip J. Pierre is the most popular politician in this country at this time. And his popularity did not come just so. It came because he has manifested not only an intention, but has demonstrated and has institutionalized policies that redound to the benefit of each and every St. Lucian. So I urge you, wake up very early. Don't be deterred by the long lines. Don't be deterred by the crowds. Stay, wait, bring crackers, bring juice if you have to. But wait, take the lines and exercise your civil duty, your franchise, your constitutional right.
Good night, Kifo.
And vote. Oh yes, Kifo. Kifo is okay. Kifo is okay. We shall put a ring around that comb that is down there. So Kifo, I know you will do well. I know you will be taking the seat home. I know the people in Susan Saltibus are eager to have you as the district representative. And I do know that come Monday night, I will call you to congratulate you on your tremendous achievement. Folks, let not this opportunity pass us. Keep St. Lucia on the right track. Keep St. Lucia on the right trajectory. Ladies, gentlemen, that thing about paying to vote, don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. I know in Central Castries, somebody dropped about $70,000 to another person earlier today or yesterday. That will not faze me because the last election they dropped more. They dropped more. It will not faze me. And at this point, I've always said, all statistics will show about 98% of voters have made up their mind. The few that will ask for $1 or two they are so minute that they cannot shift the pendulum. They cannot shift the pendulum. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that on Monday night, I will see you guys. I will celebrate with you as God will take charge of this election and God will continue to do the good work he has done by using his people. I ask you, Central, to judge me by my performance. Judge the government by its performance and vote. A vote against this government is a vote for Alan Shastney, who we can ill afford to have on our backs for another 5 years. Good night, and I will see you on next week, Thursday.
Just before we go.
Yes.
Do they want to see me drink this thing?
Yeah, take a shot.
Not now, man.
Take a shot.
On Monday.
On Monday.
Do they want to see me drink
when
this
we
thing?
come in and drink it?
Yes.
And you promise me that you'll take a shot on TV?
Yes, man. But what you talking about? But I have free glasses. I have free glasses. I have to drink. You promise me you'll carry me out?
Yes.
You'll carry me.
No. I shall look for JD.
Okay.
Folks, good night. If God has blessed you, no one can curse you. Live clean, because what you sow, you are bound to reap. Be careful of the pit that you dig for others. It may just be your own. I'm Richard Frederick. I'm out of here. The next time I see you, for all you know, not for all you know, there will be a new cabinet in place. Good night.